welcome to the Tuesday edition of The Conversation here on Lagos Television. I am Abimbola Lilo.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I am Ajibola Ojeshola.
Good morning, everyone. I am Adibimpe Omotayo.
Right, welcome to the show. Let's begin the conversation today by taking our news points for today. Ajibola, are you ready with your news points?
Yes, I'm ready. Tinubu orders envoys to rebrand Nigeria, attract investment. President Bola Tinubu has charged Nigeria's newly appointed ambassadors and high commissioners to work towards improving the country's global image. He also advised them to pursue foreign investment and strengthen strategic partnerships. He gave the charge on Monday at the opening of an induction course for the envoys held at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja. Represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, the President said their appointment reflected the administration's confidence in their ability to advance Nigeria's interests on the international stage. A statement by the SGF's media aide, Yomi Odunuga, stated that Tinubu charged Nigeria's newly appointed ambassadors and high commissioners to aggressively pursue foreign investment, strengthen strategic partnerships, and reposition the country's global image in line with evolving diplomatic realities. Tinubu noted that the global system was undergoing rapid transformation driven by shifting geopolitical dynamics, economic uncertainties, technological disruptions, climate challenges, and emerging security threats. According to the President, these developments made the role of diplomats more critical than ever, stressing the need for envoys to adopt modern, result-oriented approaches to diplomacy. The international system is evolving rapidly. We must be prepared to meet these challenges by focusing on how best to protect and promote Nigeria's national interest, Tinubu said. He also advised the envoys to combine traditional diplomacy with digital engagement, public diplomacy, and strategic communication, while projecting Nigeria's achievement under his administration's renewed hope agenda. The President also emphasized the importance of telling Nigeria's story in a credible and compelling manner to reshape global perceptions. Tinubu further called on the envoys to be proactive and innovative in fostering partnership, promoting trade, and attracting foreign direct investment and technology to the country. He added that safeguarding the welfare of Nigerians in the diaspora must remain a priority for all ambassadors. In what he described as a policy shift, the President announced a reordering of Nigeria's foreign policy framework, known as 4D Doctrine. Originally anchored on democracy, development, demography, and diaspora, Tinubu said the priorities have now been rearranged to democracy, development, diaspora, and demography. He explained that the adjustment places Nigerians at the center of foreign policy and aims to ensure that international engagement deliver tangible benefit to citizens. So that's it. Inductions have been done for newly appointed ambassadors and high commissioners, and those are the people that will be representing Nigeria at different countries of the world. But the icing on the cake for me after that induction and the message of Mr. President through the SGF is the fact that Nigeria's foreign policy at this moment will be centered on the interest of Nigerians abroad, their welfare and everything. It's a complete shift from what we used to have, where Nigerians are left at the mercy of their host countries, or they are the mercy of the countries where they are residing, and they are treated in a manner that is not befitting of any citizen of the world. But now that the federal government has made the interest of Nigerians in different parts of the world the center of its foreign policy, then it goes to show that Mr. President is indeed living up to his constitutional role as the president of Nigeria, and of course making the welfare and security of Nigerians the priority of this government.
Absolutely well said from you, and also the fact that he charged them to attract investment, because there's really no point that you are in another country and you cannot sell your country. You cannot ask investors to also look inward and say how they can be part of your the growth, economic growth of your country. I do hope the ambassadors, of course, will do well and continue to represent Nigeria positively where they've been posted to. Adebimpe, any addition from you?
No, you both said it all.
Okay. All right, let's take the second story this morning. This one is coming from the First Lady. Remi Tinubu inaugurates Northeast Food Bank to fight malnutrition. And this was in Borno State yesterday. Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Remi Tinubu, on Monday unveils the National Community Food Bank program for the Northeast, describing the initiative as a major step towards addressing hunger, malnutrition, and food insecurity in the region and across Nigeria. Mrs. Tinubu launched the program in Maiduguri during an official visit to Borno State, where she said the intervention would provide critical nutritional support to vulnerable groups, particularly children, pregnant women, nursing mothers, and economically disadvantaged households. The initiative is a flagship national intervention aimed at combating malnutrition and improving food security. It targets malnourished children under 6, pregnant and lactating women, orphans, vulnerable children, and households facing severe nutritional and economic challenges. The program was formally launched earlier this month in Abuja, where it attracted pledges exceeding 66 billion naira from the federal government, corporate organizations, and private donors. Speaking at the inauguration of the program's Board of Trustees, Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Muhammadu Ali Pate, disclosed that the private sector had demonstrated strong support for the initiative. The minister also announced that President Tinubu has approved a special intervention fund of 17 billion naira through the Social Action Fund to support the program. Under the scheme, nutritious and locally sourced food will be distributed through a voucher system, ensuring that support reaches intended beneficiaries efficiently and transparently. Well, some piece of good news coming from Nigeria's First Lady, and this was started, I think Borno State will be the second place that will be visited, seeing that it was launched in Abuja. And I also like the fact that there's a target for which this initiative is focused on. We all just do hope that the people who saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that this project works will actually target the people it's intended for, and not just use the name and the challenges of other people to rake in funds or items and divert same to other people. So we do hope that this will be done appropriately.
Absolutely, Abimbola. And the vital question you have raised there, for me, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Remi Tinubu, has good intentions towards the challenges facing people in that part of the country. But then those that will be saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that those that are in need actually get those food items, nutritional food, like you rightly pointed out in the report, are faithful to themselves and faithful to the country in a way that those vulnerable people will be the ones to get the food items at the end of the day. Time it was in this country during COVID-19 where some politicians actually took palliatives that were meant for the people home. And some even kept it somewhere for their own celebration, for the celebration of their birthday.
And at the end of the day, those things actually got even, they were spoiled.
They were spoiled.
They got expired. And at the end of the day, they had to throw those things away, things you had acquired with money. You've lost money, you've lost items. The people that they were meant for, you didn't cater to them. So what exactly are we talking about? How can you be reckless on all fronts?
Reckless and uncaring. And these are people that can afford 5 meals a day. They now give you palliative and you study somewhere.
Even 7.
Fortunately, they were booted out.
And they came out to say that they were keeping it for a particular celebration they were going to
when
have.
People were dying
that
of
was
hunger,
when they were going to distribute them.
Maybe they have seen their results.
I know people in Borno and up north, I don't want to say that, they are like that, but during COVID, we saw a lot. We saw a lot. When it comes to human beings, I don't know why we behave the way we behave. We don't have empathy. We're always very selfish. It's always about, us without thinking about the other person. I just hope that, like you and Abimbola have said, that these food get to the people who truly need them.
It's just food item. And
Yeah.
if there's one governor that I respect so much,
Is
it is the
Zulu.
governor of that state.
Yes,
I
Governor Zulu.
love the man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
From
Go
Borno,
ahead.
back to Lagos. Lagos taps lagoon literacy to drive blue economy push. The Lagos state government has launched a water-based public engagement platform, Library on the Lagoon, in a move to deepen environmental awareness, tackle pollution, and strengthen its blue economy agenda across inland waterways. Unveiled yesterday, the initiative signals a shift toward integrating community-driven advocacy and creative engagement into the state's broader maritime sustainability strategy, with officials positioning it as a scalable model for cleaner and more economically viable waterways. Speaking at the launch on behalf of the Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, the General Manager of the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, NASEPA, Dr. Tunde Ajayi, said the project aligns with the agency's ongoing efforts to monitor and reduce pollution across Lagos Lagoon systems. Yes, that's the story. We all know that Lagos has a massive lagoon and waterway network, and and this could drive serious economic activity. But pollution and poor environmental awareness will be a hindrance. So in order to allow the communities around the waterways, coming to the mainland, coming to the land, coming to town hall meetings for gatherings, it's better, they're now taking, advocacy to them on the water.
There's also there's a language that those who actually live on the water, there's a language they understand. So we do hope that the advocacy will be in their language, because when you actually are communicating with certain people, you have to speak to them in the language they understand.
Yeah.
So it necessarily doesn't have to be language here. Can be interpreted in many ways, and so what will work for community A might not work for community B. So they have to be community tailored. Different communities as to what they fancy and what they can immediately grapple. So you can't treat one community like you treat another community, especially those riverine communities. The way they understand things will differ. So they must also ensure that if you actually want to carry them along, speak to them in the language they understand and use the people they respect. People who can get into their consciences, people who can, get the messages to them appropriately. But I know that we're not tapping into the waterways enough. Because Adebimpe is scared of the waterways. Look at her.
Are you Ogbanje? What is it called?
So she's one of the people that you cannot catch on the water. On the waters.
You'll never find.
Do you swim?
To water.
Swim. Somebody that.
Do you swim?
Do you know, funny enough,
You swim.
I can swim. I swim very well. But I can't move near lagoon.
She likes pool.
I like
she doesn't like
swimming,
Agbami.
because swimming pool is curtailed.
It's got,
Yeah.
So
it's small water.
it's a small amount of water.
But I mean, it's a good thing, and we do hope that this also will be a continuous process, because again, Lagos is growing, and
It is.
honestly, the rate at which people are migrating into Lagos and into those communities that are also riverine, so we can't stop, teaching.
Blue economy is the next oil, and that's what the Lagos State government is trying to tap into. We are already looking into the future and the gold mine of blue economy. And forgive me if I'm throwing jabs this morning to my brother. That is one ministry of the federal government that I can't really feel anything from as we speak, honestly. The minister is too quiet. The ministry is too quiet.
It's from your home state.
But do they have water there in your in your home state?
It's a Shoshobo now. Is that not water?
There's a rejection.
Waterfall. Where do they go to?
Where water you
even Nick,
I don't want to talk too much.
Nick wants to. Nick is a state of the living spring. There's a difference between living spring and body of waters.
Because you need to understand, if it was someone from maybe Lagos or
No,
from
I
the
think
Niger
it's
Delta.
expertise. I think it's
You can surround yourself with
expertise.
technocrats.
Hey,
Yeah,
okay.
and then his expertise, and not necessarily because he comes from a place where there's water or not.
State of the living spring.
It's from
Ìpínlẹ̀ Ọmọlúàbí.
Osun State, where they have Erin Ijesha. And also Osogbo. Where did you get that from?
Have you been to Erin Waterfalls before?
Yes, I have.
You marvel at it.
It's a beautiful,
Yeah.
site.
Okay,
Well,
And each time
I don't understand the Osogbo one you are talking about.
I've been to Oshogbo Shrine as well.
Is there water there?
Yes.
Yes,
it's,
There's water,
it's a river.
And
Nika
your
says
head
you
will
need
swell
to come
each
to
time you
Osun.
enter that
You need
place.
to come to
Yeah.
Osun, Osogbo.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So Adebimpe, they're inviting you
Yeah.
to Osun State to come and have a feel of what the state of the living spring is really all
I don't
about.
travel beyond the Jebu.
It's okay. Let's go
Oh, you
on
come
there.
to Bogo.
In fact, when you go to Osun, there are so many places. You will visit Joshua's hometown as well. Check on no. Okay, we need to run onto the X platform this morning and take a look at what's trending there. If there's anybody that probably his prayers have been answered or his many questions have been answered this morning, perhaps it is Ajibola. Ajibola has just been so particular about what's going on in Lagos. And so, well, it is not the final say, but yesterday, the governor of Lagos State, as well as the State Executive Council and many political office holders in Lagos, declared their support for the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, as their own choice for the next governor of the state. And like we said, it is their support. As we speak, Dr. Hamzat is not, has not been declared as the candidate of the APC.
He has not been declared.
As the candidate of the APC in
but
Lagos.
Has been endorsed.
I love the angle.
He's been endorsed. He's been so.
I'm learning
so they've
English
declared.
from Abibola now.
Oh, but that is it.
Okay.
I love the
That
angle
is
you're
it.
coming from, Abimbola. He has not been
I'm learning
declared
English.
officially.
Yes, he has not been declared officially as
He's
the
just
flag
consulting.
bearer of the
party.
APC.
So the outgoing governor is supporting him.
Oh, yes, he's
Yes.
declaring
Okay.
support
And
for
members of the
him.
GAC.
Declaration of support.
Yes. There's a difference between declaring support for him and is the flag bearer of the party in the state. The party has not conducted its primaries, either consensus or direct, anyhow.
Be speaking English,
Abibola.
Abibola. Be speaking English.
Well, INEC is watching, NBC is watching,
NBC is
I am a
watching.
journalist,
Yes. You have to
I
be
am on the
neutral.
right side of the course, I am only saying what I know.
Okay.
I am not a card-carrying member of any political party.
Likewise.
As we speak, Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, everybody
not the-
has declared support for him as their choice. We still await the APC to conduct its primaries.
Okay. And no consensus candidate.
I don't know until then.
She's not a member of the party, so she wouldn't
she
know
wants to put
what they are going to
she
adopt
wants to put sheke
to
on my
pick the
hand.
candidate of the party.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
Abimbola, I'm not a member of the party as well. I want to try to be neutral as much as possible. But from what I'm seeing so far,
Yeah.
okay, like today now, GSC will be meeting.
Ajibola.
And
Ajibola, why are you jumping the gun? Let them meet now. And see, again.
the only thing that will change
Is what?
was the person that will be behind him now, because that's
See, Ajibola is a
It's-
politician. Me, I don't. All these things
I am
he say,
a
I don't know.
broadcaster.
The person that don't go on
I
their
didn't-
area,
I- wait.
The person that will be
The party primary is May when?
I think
Friday is May 1.
May 2nd.
Friday.
Friday is May 1. Ajibola ni sùúrù. There is really no. If this May 21 to 23, it will come.
It will.
Everything will open.
When you are talking about the Abibola, like you like English. Ajibola, when you are talking about the person behind him, let's go back to that conversation.
This one like gist.
That is what is trending on the X platform. We don't know the APC candidate for the governorship election yet.
You are back to me. You are back to my point.
Yes.
So you are back
You
with
see,
the
We
Abibola
don't
now.
know the deputy governor yet. So the current deputy governor is still consulting with members of the GAC and other members of the party
Yeah.
in Lagos State, trying to see how they can consider him. But at the end of the day, the primary will hold,
Oh, definitely.
whether it is consensus
However.
or
Direct primary.
Direct primary.
We will
are
know
waiting.
our candidates in due course. And let's also quickly let you know something has also been trending, I think, since yesterday, where I think it was Sahara Reporters that actually broke that news that Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu has been asked to resign and hand over to his deputy because of on health grounds. But we can authoritatively tell you that that is not true. You know, a lot of, I think the SSA, Gawat has also debunked that rumor, saying there is no iota of truth in that report. A couple of people have sent it to me this morning asking me if it is true. And I said, so that's it. Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu is the governor of Lagos State. In fact, Mr. Boyega Koshile, the you know, special advisor on media, also said Sanwo-Olu not asked to resign disregard Sahara's reporters' falsehood. So that is also trending on the X platform this morning. So you can take a look at all of these stories on the X platform and, you know, take a better read at them. We'll take a quick break. When we return, the conversation continues.